15 rules you'll break on your flight without knowing. Airport tips and tricks. Airlines love telling us about the rules we already know. Seatbelts on, tray tables up, don't smoke in the bathroom. But here's the thing. You're probably breaking way more rules than you realize. In fact, most passengers, even the seasoned flyers, are guilty of it. I'm not talking about sneaky stuff like smuggling a kangaroo on board or trying to open the emergency exit mid-flight. No, I mean the everyday rules you think are harmless, but can actually get you in trouble. From sneaking into the wrong bathroom, to sipping from your own mini bottle of whiskey, to flushing the kind of things that make the plumbing crew cry. These are the rules you're almost guaranteed to break on your flight, without even knowing it. Oh, and before we dive in, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's free, unlike your in-flight Wi-Fi. Number 1. No drinking your own alcohol on board. You'd think it's your booze, your rules, but nope. Airline law says you can't crack open those shiny duty-free bottles or mini shooters you packed. And yet, every flight, there's someone trying to sneak a sip mid-air like it's their living room. The problem? Cabin crew are the only ones legally allowed to serve alcohol on the plane. So if you're caught sneaking a swig, at best you'll get your bottle confiscated. At worst, you'll land on an airline naughty list. And honestly, imagine getting kicked off a flight because you couldn't wait to drink that $3 mini bottle of Jack Daniels. Not exactly the travel flex you were going for. Number 2. Using the wrong restroom. Economy passengers sneaking into the first-class bathroom. It's basically a sport at this point. You see that shiny, less used lavatory up front and think, well, what's the harm? The harm is, it's actually against the rules. Those restrooms are reserved for the cabin you're not sitting in. And trust me, flight attendants notice when an economy passenger suddenly develops a mysterious urge to stretch their legs into business class. At best, you'll get redirected back to your row like a kid sent to timeout. At worst, you'll get called out over the PA, which is basically the airline equivalent of being roasted in front of the whole school. Number 3. Flushing the wrong items in the lavatory. Here's a fun fact. Airplane toilets are not magical garbage disposals. Crew say it every flight. Only toilet paper goes down there. But does anyone listen? Nope. People toss tissues, wipes, diapers, even things I don't want to mention. All straight into a system that was never designed to handle it. And when it clogs, that's not just gross. It can put a lavatory out of service for the entire flight. Imagine being that passenger who single-handedly shuts down half the bathrooms on a 10-hour trip. Congratulations. You're now public enemy number 1 at 30,000 feet. Number 4. Taking photos, videos of crew without permission. Whipping out your phone to film the crew might feel harmless, but on many airlines, it's actually against the rules. Yep, that TikTok of the flight attendant serving peanuts could technically land you in hot water. Airlines are cracking down on this because of privacy, security, and, let's be real, nobody wants to star in your viral video while they're trying to do their job. Most passengers have no idea this is a rule until they're told to delete the footage, and nothing's more awkward than arguing about your camera roll while the whole cabin watches. Number 5. Opening overhead bins during takeoff and landing. There's always that one passenger who suddenly remembers their neck pillow, laptop, or snack. Right as the plane is barreling down the runway or bouncing onto the tarmac. So, they stand up and yank open the overhead bin like it's their personal closet. Here's the problem. During takeoff and landing, those bins are basically heavy-duty booby traps. One wrong move and a 20-pound roller bag comes crashing down on somebody's head. That's why crew get really serious about this rule. If you're the person who can't sit still for 10 more minutes, prepare for the death glare of an entire cabin. Plus a very stern lecture from a flight attendant who's had enough. Number 6. Sitting in the wrong seat or switching before takeoff. Every flight has at least one seat rebel. Either they accidentally sit in 23A when their ticket clearly says 24C, or they eye that empty row and think, mine now. Here's the deal. Until the cabin door is shut and the crew give the all clear, you're supposed to sit exactly where your boarding pass tells you. Moving early messes with the weight balance, passenger count, and yep, the flight attendants notice. At best, you get politely marched back to your seat like a kid caught skipping class. At worst, the entire plane watches you do the walk of shame down the aisle. Not exactly the upgrade you were hoping for. Number 7. Bare feet on the plane. Why is it that the second people board an airplane, they think it's their living room? Shoes come off, socks come off, and suddenly we've got bare toes climbing walls, resting on armrests, or, my personal favorite, sneaking through the gap between seats. Here's the thing. It's not just gross, it's against hygiene rules. Those carpets, they don't get cleaned nearly as often as you hope. And that bathroom floor? Let's just say if you're walking in there barefoot, you're braver than the crew that has to mop it. So yes, technically this one breaks the rules. But more importantly, it breaks the patience of every single passenger around you. Number 8. Tampering with the smoke detector. Believe it or not, people still try this. They head into the lav with a vape, a cigarette, or some brilliant idea like covering the smoke detector with tape, tissue, or even their jacket. Spoiler, it never works. Messing with that little round device above your head isn't just breaking the rules, it's breaking the law. And airlines don't play around. You can get fined thousands, arrested when you land, or even banned from flying. So, if you think a quick puff in the bathroom is worth being tackled by airport police when you land, well, congratulations, you've just become the in-flight entertainment. Number 9. Overhead bin weight and size restrictions. You know the rule. One carry-on, one personal item. Simple, right? And yet, every flight turns into a game of Tetris because someone decided their oversized roller bag and 3 shopping totes magically don't count. The bins aren't bottomless. And when you stuff in an overweight bag, guess what? It's breaking airline policy and making life miserable for the people sitting under it. Ever had a 40-pound suitcase slam down inches from your head? Not fun. Flight attendants see it all the time, and they're experts at spotting the passenger who swears their bag is definitely regulation size. Yeah, until it takes 2 people to wedge it in. Number 10. Bringing food or drinks past customs and international lines. Fresh fruit, meat, plants, even that half-finished sandwich from the plane, all of it can get you into serious trouble at customs. And yet, so many travelers just stroll through with a backpack full of snacks like it's no big deal. The reality? Some countries hand out instant fines in the hundreds, even thousands, if you're caught. Customs agents aren't playing around. That innocent apple in your bag could cost you more than your flight ticket. So yeah, everyone thinks it's harmless, until they're the person getting pulled aside over a banana. And trust me, there's no dignified way to explain that to your fellow passengers. Number 11. Taking items from the galley. You're walking past the galley, you see a tray of drinks or snacks sitting there, and you think, well, they won't miss just one. Bad idea. The galley isn't a help-yourself buffet. It's basically the crew's office. Taking things without asking is against airline policy and guaranteed to annoy the people who control your snacks for the rest of the flight. And here's the kicker. If everyone did it, the plane would run out halfway through. So congratulations. By swiping that extra cookie, you've officially become the villain of row 22. Number 12. Using the wrong exit door. When it's time to get off the plane, everyone suddenly thinks they're in a race. That's when you see it. A passenger wandering toward the wrong jet bridge or trying to sneak out the front exit when they're supposed to go out the back. Here's the thing. Deplaning is not a free-for-all. Using the wrong exit isn't just rude, it's breaking crew instructions, and on some flights, it can mess with security protocols. At best, you'll get redirected like a lost toddler at a shopping mall. At worst, the whole plane sits there waiting while you argue with the flight attendant about why you deserve the VIP exit. Number 13. Overusing the call button. That little button above your seat, it's supposed to be there for emergencies, like if you're feeling faint or something genuinely urgent happens. But some passengers treat it like their own personal room service buzzer. You know the type. Ding. Can I get another Coke? Ding. This blanket's too thin. Do you have a thicker one? Ding. Yeah, can I get some more pretzels, but not the salty kind? By the third ding, the crew are side-eyeing your row like it's a Vegas slot machine stuck on repeat. And here's the thing. Flight attendants are juggling safety checks, service for hundreds of passengers, and actual emergencies. So if you're hammering the call button because you're bored or impatient, you're not just breaking etiquette. You're making yourself that passenger everyone remembers for all the wrong reasons. Number 14. Ignoring crew instructions about headphones. We've all done it. The safety briefing starts and you think, I've flown before, I don't need to hear this again. So you keep your headphones on, Volume up, pretending you didn't hear the flight attendant standing 3 feet away telling you to take them off. But here's the catch. It's not just about being polite. Airlines actually require you to be able to hear safety instructions in case something goes wrong. That means yes, even your noise-canceling headphones need to come off for a few minutes. The funniest part? Half the cabin tries the same trick. You've got 20 people nodding like they're listening, but you can still hear the muffled bass of whatever playlist they refuse to pause. And the crew knows it. They see right through that little fake head nod. So while you might think it's harmless, ignoring this rule is one of those everyone does it violations that could come back to bite you if things get bumpy. Number 15. Duty-free bags count as carry-on. You're walking off the plane with your shiny new duty-free bag like it's a freebie, but here's the thing. Airlines don't see it that way. Technically, those bags do count as an extra carry-on. Most people have no clue, so they waltz through the gate juggling a roller bag, a backpack, a purse, and a giant duty-free bag stuffed with whiskey and Toblerone. And the gate agent? Yeah, they notice. Sometimes they'll let it slide, but other times you'll get stopped and told to cram it inside your already bursting backpack, which is basically the world's least fun game of luggage Tetris. So while it feels like a bonus bag, duty-free shopping can quickly turn into duty-free regret when you're stuck in the boarding lane trying to zip your suitcase shut while 50 people glare at you.